Hi friends, I'm Dr. Jennifer Jacqueline, your doomed teacher. So in the previous videos, we have seen about evidence and the types of evidences. So today's topic of discussion is about dying declaration, which is a type of evidence, and also few points which will differentiate between dying declaration and dying deposition. It is a very important topic when it comes to your brief answers and short answers in your examination. So how this dying declaration is defined as? It is defined as an oral or a written statement given by a dying person related to an unlawful act leading to the circumstances he is present in. So let us understand this definition. It simply means, suppose a dying person, right? He gives some statements. So this statement will be admitted in the court. That will act as an evidence. Three parts. Dying person, giving statement, act as an evidence in the court. Right? So let us know what are the proceedings, how will it be recorded and who will record it. So a point which will fetch you mark in the exam. Section 32 Indian Evidence Act gives dying declaration. So suppose a police gets an information saying that a gruesome act has happened and the victim related to the act has been admitted in the hospital. So now who will record the statement? Ideally, an executive magistrate has to record. Suppose he is not been available due to some circumstances, a police officer or a medical officer can record the statement. So immediately when they go to the ward to see the patient, what does he do? The first thing he has to do is see whether the patient is in sound mind. That means compos mentis, whether he is able to understand what we are talking. So since it is an evidence, ideally any evidence for that matter, oath has to be taken. That is a swearing saying that the person who is telling the statement will tell the truth. Right? Whereas in a dying declaration, oath is not required. That means a dying person will not lie. It is believed that a dying person will not lie. So oath is not required in a dying declaration. That is very important. Right? So the police officer goes to the hospital to record the statement. Before starting the recording, he should find some two independent witnesses. That means two persons who are unrelated to the patient. And then he will start recording. So how he will record? There are three scenarios. The patient can either give a written statement. Suppose he is not in a position to give a written statement, he can give an oral format. If that is also not possible, neither a written nor an oral, he can give some gestures related to what he has gone through, and that has to be video recorded. The gesture should not be written in a written format because it will not be as accurate as what it is being written or in a oral statement. So once you have recorded all the statement, you will have to get a sign or a thumb impression from the patient. Suppose that is not possible. The person who is recording has to write a reason why the signature has not gotten. So suppose the patient who is being giving a statement is exhausted and he needs some break while recording the statement. What do? You also should not go and take a tea break. You should just make sure that nobody from outside comes inside to the patient and influences his statement. There's also another scenario. In the process of recording, suppose a person dies. What will you do? You will stop the recording and you will sign yourself saying that person has died. So now let us know the validity of dying declaration. The person dies, the dying declaration is valid. Suppose the person doesn't die, he survives due to some miracle, he will be called to the court to give an oral evidence. Suppose a person survives, the dying declaration is not valid, he will be called to the court to give an oral evidence which acts as a corroborative evidence according to 157 Indian Evidence Act. Right? So when a person is going to the court to give an evidence, ideally he will be cross-examined by the opposite lawyer. But when you're recording a dying declaration, a cross-examination or leading questions are not permitted. Right? So this dying declaration will always be followed in India but not in foreign countries. So what is recorded in foreign countries? So that is dying deposition. Right? So the dying deposition, how will you differentiate from dying declaration are just simple 5 points. This is also a statement which is recorded from a dying person, but it will be recorded under oath, okay, only by a judicial magistrate. Cross-examination will be done. Leading questions will be permitted in front of the accused. So these are the 5 points which you have to remember when you have to differentiate between a dying deposition and a dying declaration, right? So this is all about dying declaration and dying deposition. So if you like the video, kindly circulate to your friends so that they can get benefited. So I'll meet you all in the next video. Let's have a happy learning.